Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Sports with Sunshine. Guys, tonight I got a special treat for you guys. We're going to be talking to a Washington Commanders content creator and not one of the non-ball knowing ones. We got a real G in here. My man, Ant. Go ahead, Ant. Tell them where they can find you on all your social pages, and let's get this thing cracking. Let's look at what the Commanders got rocking and rolling.
Antlikesports on everything. You can follow me on IG. You can follow me on TikTok. That's what I'm known for. And of course, YouTube, baby.
The tube.
This is not only Sunshine and Antlikesports. This is the real Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco.
You heard me. He knows, bro. We fitting to get into it because listen,
yes, let's get into it.
There's a lot of crazy things happening in the NFC East, right? Camp started today and everybody's kind of getting rocking and rolling. And we're going to take a closer look at the Commanders. You guys already know that the Philadelphia Eagles have went to work today. We've talked about it. I want to see what the biggest threat to the Philadelphia Eagles back-to-back in the NFC East is doing. Aside from Dallas, you guys know how I feel about Dallas. I think they're going to be in the conversation. But these guys, they can't be ignored. Jayden Daniels is incredible a year ago. The team made incredible strides. And now Dan Quinn needs to be able to replicate that success. So the first person we are going to talk about, the man, the myth, the legend, Scary Terry. The guy has given everything, right, to the Washington Commanders franchise. He's been absolutely incredible. A 1,000-yard receiver every single year that he has been in the NFL. But he hasn't been paid yet.
Nah, he hasn't. But that comes with the territory. That's business, my boy. Business. Terry, you already know what he does. 1,000 yards every season. He shows up to work, ready to go, ready to play. And he just want to get paid like the man that he is. Why can't he get paid?
I agree. I think that it's a little crazy to me, right? We look at, all of the different transactions that the Washington Commanders have done in this offseason. They brought in Kinlaw. They brought in Eddie Goldman. They've now brought in Von Miller, a guy that has not started in 3 years. He's still one of the best edge rushers this game has ever seen, and I really like the addition for the Washington Commanders from a depth standpoint, but it's not like Von Miller is going to be an every down guy. I don't think he was brought in for that reason. I think he was brought in as a veteran presence for some of these younger dudes. But why on earth are we paying Von Miller, who is at the twilight of his career, over 28-year-old Scary Terry that just came off of a 13-touchdown, 1,000-plus yard campaign? It's baffling to me.
Look, our weakest thing last year was our defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
We got some guys up there, but no one's really proven anything yet. Why not go get a proven vet that, no, he's not starting, but he can be a mentor for them young pups in there. Get them guys off and running. Why not? He's only a 1-year deal. It's not nothing too serious, but you got a proven motherfucker back there. So why not?
So my question is, what is the expectation for Von Miller whenever we're coming in? If we're talking about a guy that's coming in, does he need to produce a certain amount of sacks, or are we really just bringing him in as a mentor type guy?
It's more so of a safety blanket. When certain guys just seem like they can't get the ball rolling, he's one of those guys that can start the fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, It may not be first, second, third down. It may just be second down, just off a package or anything, just something to get the defense started. He knows how to play the position. He's been playing it forever.
Right. Agreed. I think it's great from a depth perspective. But when we look at McLaurin, right now he's shopping. I mean, he's definitely getting attention from these other teams. I've seen his name linked to the Patriots. I've seen it linked all the way out to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Are we in the Washington camp? Is there a little bit of strife to the fact that Terry McLaurin may not sign and be a Commander? I mean, he's officially an in-season holdout, meaning he can still come off of reserve and be with the Washington Commanders if a deal is reached. And from what we understand today, talking with Dan Quinn and the media, Dan Quinn seems to think that they're in talks and on that way. But from Terry's perspective, it looks like there hasn't been a lot of talking. What do the Commanders fans think about this whole transaction?
Some of us, I can't say us because I'm not a part of it. Some of the guys, they're scared to death, hands shaking, body jiggling. But me, I'm not really worried. I mean, the absence is more so of a hiccup than a full-blown crisis to me. You know what I'm saying? He figured out like, hey, I can get paid this year. Why not get paid right before Jayden get paid? Why not? Everybody else is getting paid. I don't think this is a big distraction. It's entertaining. I don't think it's a big distraction as people are making it out to be, honestly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we know the media is going to jump on whatever they can jump on to feed whatever narrative they want to feed. I think that at the end of the day, Terry McLaurin just wants to feel valued, right? He looks over in Philadelphia where Howie Roseman is seeing guys produce, and guess what? You're getting rewarded. He looks out to Pittsburgh, where you see TJ Watt just got rewarded for his great play. So I think what Terry really feels is that he's like, hey guys, look, I've been a 1,000-yard receiver for you every single year. I've been your guy. I've come off multiple seasons of multiple touchdowns, just came off of his best of his career at 13. So I think really he just wants to be paid what he's worth. And a lot of people are worried, oh, Terry McLaurin's a little old. He's not worth wide receiver one money. He's still playing at a first team all-pro clip.
Still playing.
So if he's still playing at a first team all-pro clip, why are we worried about him being 28? AJ Brown's 27? He's right. I mean, he's right behind him. So we're not going to sit here and act like AJ Brown's a spring chicken and Terry McLaurin's this old dinosaur. The guy still got 4 to 5 solid years of production in him. I think that he just wants to feel valued. What do you think, Ant?
At the end of the day, Terry McLaurin is still under contract. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I don't see Terry by far going the whole season without playing. He knows what Jayden Daniels is. He knows how much he means to this team. They're not going to allow this to go any further than what is going right now. So they're going to let the little training camp play out. But let me tell you something. If it's preseason 1 and he not signed, that's when we need to be worried.
Right.
That's when we should be fucking worried.
Yeah, I would say right when that first game comes up, if Terry McLaurin hasn't inked the paper, it's going to be a problem. So then when we look at the Washington Commanders, right now we're going to move into new territory. It's a new era in Washington. It's fun to watch football in Washington again. And it's been a long time since Washington fans could really say that they're excited for the year. I mean, Dan Quinn did a 180 at a team that had been really porous at best in the front office. They cleaned the front office out and brought in some new guys. And they have done a really good job bringing in talent into Washington. You bring in Jayden Daniels, who, by the way, everybody knows when I was looking at the draft a year ago, this was before I got into content creation, that Jayden Daniels was my QB1 in that draft. I thought he was better than Caleb Williams. I thought he was better than Bo Nix. And he went on to prove me right by having one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen. 25 touchdowns, 3,600 yards throwing. With, oh, by the way, 69% completion percentage. That's
69.
Insane from a rookie.
Insane.
So with Jayden Daniels at the helm, you've got your quarterback one, right? You've got your guy. You don't have to be worried anymore and be like, man, now you just have to build around him. And I thought the Commanders did a really great job of that from an offensive perspective, right? We look at what they did in the draft. You bring in Connolly Jr. If he can be a guy right away, I think that he makes the Commanders offensive line instantly better. You bring in Laramie Tunsil, who, although he does have a false start issue, is one of the best, I'd say he's a top 10 tackle in the league right now, right? In terms of what he's produced. He was great for the Texans. Now he's a Washington Commander. I think that if Sam Cozy, I believe his name's Sam Cozy, right?
Yeah.
If he can make a start in week 1, that would be huge.
Oh, Sam Cosmi. I'm sorry.
Cosmi. Yeah, my mistake. If he could make a start in week 1, that would be huge for the continuity of the Washington Commanders offensive line. I mean, you're thinking that's 3 dudes right there on the offensive line. I think that would be really great for them. I really want to see more out of the run game from Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson, I believe his name is. They were a little underwhelming for me because I think the Commanders a year ago wanted to be a rushing football team, and they were, by all intents and purposes. At one point, they were 8th, 7th in the NFL rushing. They wanted to do the same thing Philadelphia did with a young, high-scoring quarterback. So I think that if the Commanders can get a more consistent run game, right, this offense can be even better than it was a year ago. And it was sensational a year ago. My big question mark, actually, you know what? Before we move on to my question mark, I want your take on the offense. Talk to me.
Look, 2025. Well, first, 2024 was a great year. 2025 is a little different. Dynamic offense. Let's start there. Jayden Daniels, 2024, Rookie of the Year. We already know what he does. Brings a dual threat ability. He had 3,500 passing yards, 891 rushing yards. His growth,
9 rushing touchdowns.
You got it. His growth is pivotal right now. What else we add? Elite skill playmakers. We added Deebo Samuels. Y'all may not have seen Deebo. Deebo don't look fat. Deebo looks strong as shit right now. And to have a healthy Deebo that wants to play, he's in his contract year too. That's even better.
That is a good point. Contract years make all the difference. Jordan Davis, you see Jordan Davis but my man looked like an edge rusher at camp today. I said, "Oh my God, Jordan trying to get his bag." But
look, his face looked real slim.
Yeah, man, I agree with Ant. I think that a lot of people like act like, obviously we troll as fans, but when we're talking here from an analytical perspective, I like to base things off objectivity. Deebo Samuels, when he has the football in his hand, is one of the most dangerous receivers in football.
Dangerous.
He's elusive. He's slippery. The guy, he's physical. We've watched him lower his head on jet sweeps. I mean, the guy is incredible. The problem is Deebo did have a bit of a drop issue coming out of the San Francisco 49ers. If he can get that cleaned up, I do think Jayden Daniels is a more talented quarterback than Brock Purdy is. He may not be as accomplished yet, but he's well on his way, right?
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it because catching passes from Brock Purdy and Jayden Daniels is two different lifetimes. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You don't have to run and go get that from Purdy. No. You can be anywhere. Jayden will put it in your fingertips. So that's all he needs to worry about is running his route. The ball is going to be there regardless. The ball is going to be there.
Mm-hmm. And if we think about it, if Terry McLaurin comes out of the holdout and gets his contract done, Deebo's not even the receiver one. So that takes a lot of pressure off of him. Obviously, Terry McLaurin is a guy that you have to pay special attention to. I'm actually particularly excited for Terry McLaurin to re-sign because of his rivalry with Quinyon Mitchell. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch in the future, battles between those two guys. With the running backs, like I said, I want to see more out of the running backs in the coming seasons just because I feel like if they can give you more, it takes this offense to another level. And you're talking about an offense that was scoring 30 points in the playoffs. What'd you score? Like 20, you scored 31 against the Lions, 22 against us, which 22 points in the NFL is not horrible, guys.
No. We scored 45 against the Lions.
That's what it was. That was crazy. I was thinking about it. I was like, it was a crazy number. Like
it was
I get the Lions
30 a game at least.
Right. So the offense was banging, right? So now it brings it to my area of concern when it comes to the Washington Commanders, and that's the defensive side of the football. A year ago, you were 28th in run D, towards the bottom in total defense and points allowed, but pass defense was a bright spot. You guys weren't horrible at pass defense, I believe 12th, 11th, somewhere in that range. That's manageable. You can build from it. You have a young guy at corner. You bring in Trey Amos, who I think is going to be a day one contributor. Yeah, I'm excited for him. He's an SEC cat. Not that the SEC, Quinyon Mitchell's from Toledo, but watching Trey Amos's film, and I'm an SEC fan myself, so I got to watch a lot of Trey Amos. Very physical ball player, great instinctual skills. I think he's big frame, right? He's a 6-foot guy. Excited to see what he can do in the Washington Commanders secondary. The secondary isn't my biggest area of concern. Thought you guys did a lot of good things there, bringing in young cats. It's really that run defense, right? You got Bobby Wagner, who a season ago was playing at a great level for an old cat, right? But he isn't getting any younger. You need a huge year out of Frankie Louvu, who is arguably your best defender, if we're being honest, right? Frankie Louvu is the heart and soul of the defense. He's physical. He's a great run stopper. He's a secure tackler. We need to see Frankie Louvu take that even more of a step than he did a year ago. Because I know the Eagles fans love to say, oh, it's a physical game. Okay, if you don't like getting hit, don't strap your helmet on. I like that kind of play. I like that chippiness. That's how it should be in the NFC East. It should be some chip, right? Yeah. And I can respect that from Frankie Louvu. The D-line. We look at, Javon Kinlaw gets brought in. He's 28. You bring in Eddie Goldman. He's older. You've got Buddy Boy on the edge. Can't remember his name. He's a little bit older. And then you have Von Miller. So the age concerns me a little bit with the Washington Commanders defensive front. In terms of defense, what is something the Washington Commanders are going to have to improve upon if they want to be better? Because let's be honest, if you're not getting the only reason our game, you like to think our game was competitive until all the turnovers started happening. Yep. But 55 points is 55 points. You can't allow that and expect to be competitive in playoff games. What do the Commanders need to do to be better on the defensive side of the ball next year?
You already said, shore up that defensive line. But I don't even think it started there. I think it started in the back half first.
Okay.
I think if Sanders still come and do exactly what he did last year, perfect. If Lattimore is 100% healthy, perfect. If Amos come in and do exactly what we think he should do, that back half is solid. So if they can hold those receivers up for 2-3 more seconds, that defensive line should start seeing some quarterbacks in the daylight because you have veteran presence. So it's not like they can't get to the quarterback. It's just going to take a little time.
Right.
Well, if those corners can edge up those receivers, I think our run defense will be pretty fine. And then the additions that we did have these guys are way bigger than anyone that we've ever had on the defensive line, ever.
I'm a big Deron Payne guy. I like Deron Payne. I think he's one of the better.
I'm a Commanders fan through and through. I cannot stand Deron Payne. I can't. I don't know what he does well, but it ain't stopping the run.
You're not wrong. The 28th, I can't defend him there.
It ain't a swim move. It ain't holding his block. It ain't a chop block. It ain't nothing. He's just there. He's just a name to me. So I don't care. We have 4 Kinlaws out there. I'd rather see 4 Kinlaws than
Deron Payne.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I mean, I think that, I think that when we look at the defensive front, obviously it's a little bit older. The Washington Commanders are going to probably need another cycle to bring in some young talent along the defensive front. And I do expect them to attack the defensive front pretty aggressively when the season starts. Look for guys on the open trade market, those kind of dudes you can bring in. And then can Dan Quinn replicate the success that he's seen from a year ago, right? He's got the blueprint on Jayden Daniels is out now. Film exists. Now we can move on to this next point that I think a lot of people are excited to talk about. JD5, ladies and gentlemen. He's an up-and-coming superstar. A lot of people argue he's already a superstar. I'm a big guy on I need to see more years before I'm ready to throw him in top 5, top 10 conversations. If Jayden Daniels can even if he even does what he did last year, immediately he's arguing and barking on the door of top 7 because I'm taking JD Daniels over Justin Herbert every day of the week. But so a lot of people are concerned about the sophomore slump. Essentially what that means in our terms, people that watch the game, is that film exists on Jayden Daniels now. So a lot of teams are going to have a better game plan moving into games against Jayden Daniels than maybe they had a year ago. I think that, Jayden Daniels is an electric football player. I think he has the ability to adapt and overcome the film room. But every quarterback that we see most of the time takes a small dip back. Now, I don't think Jayden Daniels is going to do anything crazy like, throw like 13 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. That's crazy talk. But I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a bit of a dip with teams having a better game plan. What does Jayden Daniels need to do to avoid a sophomore slump? Now he has more talent around him.
So, sophomore slump, here it is. It's not happening. And the only way it would happen, it would not be Jayden Daniels' fault. It would be the team's fault. And if the team do anything less than what they did last year, of course, you're going to call it a sophomore slump. Look at C.J. Stroud. You know what I'm saying? C.J. Stroud did not have a terrible year last year.
I completely agree with you.
He didn't have a terrible year. But that's what they're going to say on Jayden if he doesn't do the same exact thing or even better and put his team in a better position. But in all, Jayden is in year 2. You know what that means? That means another year of playing that playbook around in his head. He loved that film. And you got better playmakers around you. Not a proven yet, but an improved offensive line. You still got some same guys that you rock with last year. I don't see him going backwards at all. The only way he's going backward is if he's if he's moonwalking in the end zone. That's the only way he's going backwards.
So, yeah, obviously, Commanders fans, they're very confident in their young quarterback, and they should be. 69% completion rate, 3,600 yards, and 25 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, I believe it was. Kid was incredible. 900 yards on the ground with 9 touchdowns. The guy was absolutely sensational. He had an innate ability to escape the pocket and not be sacked. I thought that proved very well in our first meeting with them in Washington. Did a very good job. But when we were going into that playoff game and I was breaking it down, one of my main points of emphasis, keep Jayden Daniels in the pocket. Do not let him escape it. And we did that. Guess what? He still escaped it through the middle. The kid's incredible. It's going to be exciting. So then what we'll say is this, Jayden Daniels, to me, I agree with you. I think that him going to an NFC championship in his first year and doing all these incredible things works against him in a way, because now if they don't make it back to that point, it's, well, he took the step back. Like, he's just a one-hit wonder. We hear it all the time with guys like Jalen Hurts. So, I get it. But at the same time, Jayden Daniels 100% has the ability to be one of the best quarterbacks in this league. We've seen it from year one. And I knew coming into it, and everyone loves to say, I knew. I'm telling you right now, I wish I'd have started content creation before week 3 of last week. Cause I was like, Chicago, you better take Jayden Daniels and stop playing.
Same here. That first game when I seen him play against Tampa Bay and we lost, I knew I can take off my glasses. I knew we had something special.
You guys scored 27 in that game, right?
I don't even remember. I was so amazed at how he handled himself. I'm like, yo, this guy has accuracy. He has legs. Like you said before, he's electric.
And
Like this guy is,
you
he
know
can
what
do it all.
excites me the most for Jayden Daniels? It's not even the fact that he's got a killer ball. It's not even the fact that he's super athletic. I think, because you look at my quarterback, Jalen.
Yeah.
Is he the best thrower? No. Does he make poor decisions sometimes? Sure. You know what he has that you can't teach, you can't work on?
What is it?
The clutch gene. And I think watching what Jayden Daniels did in the playoffs, and Eagles fans are going to come for me. They're going to be like, dang, are you a Jayden Daniels
Speak
fan?
your truth.
Listen,
Speak your truth.
You know that I'm an Eagles, but to my viewers, I'm an Eagles fan to my core. But if we want to make this a real thing, got to be objective. This is going to be a sports media outlet. So we're going to look at Jayden Daniels. In every one of these playoff games, they didn't lose because of Jayden Daniels. They did not lose because of Jayden Daniels. The kid was absolutely incredible in Tampa Bay. Everyone, well, the fumble, okay, don't fumble. Don't give Jayden Daniels a chance to go in the game, right? You look at Detroit. At one point, it was 24-21, okay? The defense did a great job forcing turnovers. And what happened on those turnovers? Jayden Daniels marched down the field and put the football in the end zone. Even against the Philadelphia Eagles, there was a point in that game where it was 24-21.
Yeah, it was a point.
Like, it was, I believe it was in the third quarter, 24-21, and then we get the fumble on the sideline. We go down and score, and you're like, okay, it's okay. Jayden Daniels is going to be fine. Jayden Daniels didn't even get a chance to get the football back because a fumble happened on the kickoff return.
Yep,
We score again, and then the rest is history. So Jayden Daniels, I believe, has that clutch gene. He operates at his best when he's asked in the best moments. And I get he had a turnover in the playoffs. So did Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had an interception in the Super Bowl. It happens, right? But outside of that, 0 turnovers to, I want to say, 7 touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. That's a incredible playoff run.
Incredible.
For a rookie quarterback. We're talking about a kid that was just playing in college. And I got the opportunity to watch Jayden Daniels tear up my Florida Gators at LSU in Baton Rouge. It was incredible.
Heisman. Don't forget about the Heisman.
So then we'll do our record predictions. I don't know if I think you've probably already seen my record predictions. I have the Washington Commanders taking a small step back and they were an 11-win football team a year ago. I have them at 9. 12?
Yes, sir. 12-5.
You guys went 12-5? Oh, shit.
Yes, we did.
All right. So I have them at.
Wait. We only went 12-5 because we lost 3 games back to back because Jayden got hurt. Someone cracked his ribs. He wasn't the same.
Right.
It is what it is.
Hey, listen. Got to play with who you got. But at the end of the day, I have the Washington Commanders going 9-8. I know I'm going to get roasted for it. Everyone's going to be upset with me. I think that this team does take a small step back. 9-8 is not a huge step back to me. I still think they're going to be competitive within the division. I think we sometimes forget as NFC East competitors that when Dak Prescott is healthy, the Dallas Cowboys are a competitive team. I mean, you look at Dallas, they split with you guys without Dak Prescott, right? We split with you guys throughout the season. I think we're going to split with you guys and Dallas next year. I don't have us sweeping the division and going back to back. I think we'll sweep New York, but I think we're all going to sweep New York if I'm going to be 100% honest with you. So it's really going to come down to, can the Commanders, take care of Dallas? I think Dallas is the real wild card here, right? And we have to look at history. Dak Prescott has been 12-4 in 12-5, excuse me, 3 years back to back. And it's been us and them for the division besides the 2019 win by the Commanders. So now the Commanders said, hey, we're going to throw our hat in the ring. Now you got to worry about us in this divisional race. So to me, it's exciting. I'm excited for Washington to be this good. It gives me a reason to go out to DC and catch a game at the stadium. I'm excited for it. And give me your record prediction.
You want my record prediction?
I want it straight from the soul, my brother. Don't BS me.
I ain't gonna BS you. Look, after what we did last year, after the improvements that we made this year, I think we don't take a step back. I think we only take a step forward. I actually think that we go 13-4.
Okay.
Straight like that. I think we might. I think we will split between you guys, and I don't know if we're gonna split between Dallas or New York.
Okay.
But it won't be both.
Yeah, I think with Dallas, for me, it's if Dak is healthy. If Dak's not healthy, then you can kind of just, it kind of negates it. I think that New York is going to be a lot better, but they have a brutal first 6 games. If they could come out of those first 6 games like 3-3 or like, 2-5, I have more hope for them. If they come out 1-6, it's a wrap.
They gotta come out like fucking 5-1.
which that in that first 5 stretch, you got Philly twice, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Rams, and it's all playoff. Yeah, and the Washington Commanders. So it's all playoff teams. It's literally all playoff teams that they have to. And they had tell me how they had a top 5 pick, and they gave him the hardest schedule in the NFL.
That's
Roger Goodell, yeah, Roger Goodell don't mess with the Giants. I guess I don't know. That was crazy to me.
I would have loved to have seen us play you guys first game of the season.
I wanted it to either be you guys or I hate Dallas, so I
hate Dallas too.
Yeah, I was saying I don't mind it being them, but I did want it to be the Commanders. I thought the Commanders would have been a better game, but because like, could you imagine prime time rematch NFC Championship in the lights?
That's how they usually do it, right?
Right. Yeah. No. What did Dallas do last year to deserve the opening game? They went 7-10. I think what they're doing is they're like, well, now Dak's going to be healthy and Jalen is going to be healthy because in history they haven't really got to play each other 100% healthy. But even
they're trying to knock it out fast before anything happens to Dak. I get it.
Even then, though, you're got two teams coming off of an entire off season, so it's not going to be pretty football. We're not going to sit here and act like both teams are going to come out firing in all cylinders. Hell, the Eagles in their Super Bowl run started 2-2 with an ass whooping in Tampa Bay that I witnessed. And then at that point, everybody was like, oh, the Eagles are in trouble. They're, blah, blah, blah. But I think that, I'm excited for it regardless. I do want to say a quick shout out to the Sports Lounge Media for powering Sports with Sunshine. Thank you guys so much to our sponsors, the Mogul Brand and the Diamond Collection, for making the Sports Lounge Media what it is. Guys, the Sports Lounge Media, whether it's the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, college sports, we've got you. This is the premier place to get your sports information. All you got to do is go to www.sportsloungemedia.com and you can catch great shows like Sports with Sunshine, where I have other incredible content creators. And by the way, Ant, congrats on the 10,000 on TikTok. Incredible milestone. My man is absolutely killing it. So we will definitely be meeting up in the season at least twice. We'll do some TikTok lives as well, because sometimes it can be fun on there as well. But definitely want to have you back on the pod. I do want to say thank you for volunteering your time and coming out and talking Commanders, man. It gives the crowd a really good insight as to what we can expect.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me up here. I had a ball. You guys know what it is, man. And like sports, you know what I do. You know where I'm at. Come find me. Come holler at me. Come say something. Don't say bye, though.
I'm excited. It looks like I might have found somebody to debate, man. We're gonna get into some heated debates as the season comes along. I can't wait.
Yeah,
for week 8.
Listen, you're getting off-season Ant-like sports. You have never seen in-season Ant-like sports. And all I'm gonna say is grab your tissue box, man, because it's about to be a long day.
I'm excited. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Drop your predictions in the comments on what you think the Washington Commanders record is going to be. And go ahead and drop your team. Hit the like plus, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and go ahead and share this with all your friends. Guys, NFL season's right around the corner. Training camp started today. We literally have a preseason game next Wednesday. NFL season's here. I'm more than excited. But as for right now, guys, that's going to do it for Sports with Sunshine. Thank you guys so much, Ant. Thank you. And as always, go Birds.
Left.